Alright, so I'm back on site this morning and just got another, the next phase of the job. So the deck is done, and I'm just going to move on to these trellises. So one's already broken off, so I'm just going to take them off now. And I've numbered them so I don't get mixed up where they all go in case they're like different sizes or whatever. So I'll take these off, and they're gonna come down when they, when they're getting reinstalled. There'll be another decking board here, and the trellis will be actually a bit lower than it is now. Or we go under it. So I think I'll take them all off, and really it's just the damage like underneath. It's all buggered. So, like there. So I think the idea is to just cut the rotten part off. And just have them a little bit off the ground and just reinstall it all, so you don't have to replace the whole thing. This one is probably in good shape. I'll just tidy it up. That'll be my test piece. So I'll take it off, I'll change the hinges and the bolts, and I'll just reinstall it, see how that goes. And that will be my little practice run for the rest of these, because these are quite, they need a lot more work than that one. And yeah, hopefully it'll go back together. So I'll just get some test hinges for this one today. If everything is good and I'm happy with them, then I'll just get more for this side and then reinstall it all. And just like all these old screw holes, I'll just fill them up. Like this stuff, I don't know, someone's left, so I'll just fill it all with some timber filler and just sand it, prime it, maybe put a little bit of paint on it. And the customer, I think he said he's gonna like paint this stuff himself later, so I'll just get it like weather tight, so if it doesn't get to it till next year, then it's not going to be a big deal, because I wouldn't want to have to fill it all in, then it rains, and it just degrades. So yeah, basically that's the plan. So I'll just try taking them off. They're so rusted, see how they go. Hope I don't have to grind them off. Like the hinges, I mean. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, just a little bit of an update. I think the first one, it was just snapping and rounding screws, so I had to just drill it out and then take it off. And I've gone around again and just put some more WD-40 on everything, because these are already stripping. Okay, just a little update. I got the trellises off. So just kind of grinded back some of the bits where like the locks were and the hinges, and I'm just going to fill it up with some filler. Get it primed. That one's really rusty, so I just kind of got some rust off of that. So basically, like I was saying before, is I'm just going to just prep it, and the client can do the actual proper painting of it. Alright, so thought I'd just show you what I usually use to fill up all these, basically whatever I need to fill. Like you can use just your regular contract filler, but the thing about it is that it's just like it relies on like drying process, so it needs to actually dry like an open air. So like it's fine, but like as it dries, it does sort of shrink a bit, and I mean you can kind of account for it, when you're filling up, you just leave a little dimple, but it just takes like for it to, like for something that's like maybe 5 mil or whatever, like these screw holes that I gotta patch up, I mean that could take like 24 hours to dry, because like if you don't wait for it, I mean it might look dry, and then you sand it, and then you paint it, and then it still shrinks, and you end up with these little dips, which you can see from a mile away, especially if you've got like a glossy paint. So I kind of like to use it, but mainly for like inside or something where it's like really small finish nailer holes, stuff like that. Like I think that's what it's really good for. But if you're gonna go outside and you kind of can't wait, because I mean you can use this and just open it and go around and just fill everything up, and it's not a big deal. and then just wait 24 hours, and then you can sand it and paint it. If you've got the time, this is perfect because there's no messing around with it. Just open it up and use it. Whereas this stuff, it's like a two-part, and it doesn't rely on air drying. It relies on the chemical, like a chemical reaction. So you mix basically the stuff in the can with, if I could just try and open it, with a hardener. And once you combine them, that's when it starts to react and basically form. So, I mean, you only probably got like maybe 5 minutes from the time you've mixed this to apply it, and then it'll just harden, and you gotta, like, if you mix too much, you gotta chuck it away. If you don't mix enough, because it's always like a juggle, you just have to mix it again. It's just a lot of messing around. But the plus side is that this thing will harden, like, I mean, you can basically sand it like after a couple of hours. So that's basically my plan, is I'm gonna fill it up, go for lunch, come back, and then put these boards on, and basically then I can sand it, and there's no risk of it sort of what do you call it, like shrinking. Like, I know once I've applied it, that's it. If it shrinks a little bit after a few hours, that's really as far as it's going to go. So yeah, so I'll see. Like, I think I am going to use it, but I'm trying to think of my schedule if I'm actually going to have time to deal with it. Nah, I think these holes, like, yeah, I think I better use this, because even if I try to sand it in the morning, it'll still be too not dry enough. So yeah, I'm gonna have to mess around with this mix. Probably have to mix it twice potentially. I don't know. It might not be enough time to fill everything in one go. Like, especially like a good example is stuff like this. Like this, just, I don't know what was here, but that's like, you know, I mean, you almost want to put a little dowel in there or something, but yeah, I mean, this hardener will just harden everything up, and yeah, and then I can just see that's like maybe 4 or 5 mil. So I don't want to risk it shrinking, because quite a visible area, like there'll be trellises here, and then I think there'll be some glossy paint going over it, so you'll see this if it shrinks. Like out the back here probably doesn't matter too much, because there'll be probably a hinge here somewhere anyway, but I might as well just do it all in one product. Can't be bothered doing two. So yeah, that's really what we're talking about fillers. So yeah, I'm just going to get that done and go for lunch. Yeah, I thought I'd just show you guys what I mean by dimples. I've kind of pushed it in, and you can see a little dimple there. So what happens as it dries, it'll suck itself back in, and hopefully still have a small dimple. So when you sand it, it just becomes completely flat. So if you don't do that, you're going to end up with the opposite of a dimple. Can't think of a word, but it'll be the opposite, and then that's visible. You're going to have to fill it again. So I mean, I think I kind of missed that. So I think that spot might need to fill it again. But like, I've just put that on like 5 minutes ago. It's already tacky, so it's already holding shape. So that's what I did. I just filled them all here. Like here was starting to set, so it got a bit rough. So I think my plan now is I'm just going to sand it all down, maybe put a thin coat of that other filler I was talking about, and let that dry overnight. This is a good example of dimples. So this is what you want: completely flat, no build-up almost, and nice dimples. So you just sand that only, nothing else. Otherwise you're just sanding like a whole carcass of this crap. So there, like here, it was starting to go off, so it sort of looks a bit rough. But yeah, so I had to mix twice to get this done. But I think it's worth it, just because now once I sand it, if I see something that's not quite right, I'll just fill it with normal filler. Okay, while I've sanded everything down, I'm just going to spot prime it. So see, like that's nice and flat now. I probably can't see because of the sun. Like this is pretty good. So I'm just going to spot prime it. Still got heaps to do. I got to do these. boards, and they're going to take a little while because it's not that easy to fix. There's only just this 45mm here and there's nothing here, so I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll just chuck a screw, kind of like what I did over here on a slight angle, just to secure it and then see how it looks, and maybe just put a little bracket, a couple of small brackets maybe, if it's not feeling solid, because there's nobody that will walk here. It's more of a decorative piece just to sort of sit it over the trellis. Yeah, anyway, I think I'm going to have to just play that one by ear because I'm not sure. Once I put it down, I'll see what I'll know what I need to do from there. So I'll just do the easy job of priming for now. Okay, so I made a little bit of progress with these decking boards, the last 4 of the deck, and then it's completely finished because I couldn't really get a screw in because like there's no way, like the angle of it, like I just can't get anything on the angle, so I just kind of came up with this where it's just some stainless steel brackets and screws. And the trellises, they're kind of like maybe 20mm narrower than this whole opening space, so there's plenty of clearance there. So yeah, I'm just kind of working through this board now. And I thought on the corners I'll put it like kind of, instead of having it against there, have it here, so it's much stronger, and it's pretty good. Like, I mean, obviously it's not as strong as having decking screws, but it's just a decorative piece, to be honest. So that's really the only way I can do it without removing these rails. And it's still pretty strong. Like, it's not loose or anything. It's pretty good. Actually, a bit stronger than I expected it will be. So that's awesome. So yeah, I'll just carry on. And this is like how I've been locking them from the top, because I want them like hard down, so that the bracket like grabs it, and then it's still like nice and flush. So I just kind of put a block and a wedge like that. So that's been working really good. Holds it in place for me. I just put the brackets, then take them out, and it's solid. Okay, well, I've done these decking boards, so they are on. Pretty solid. Just a lot of tiny bit of movement, but like, that's really it. I mean, yeah. So that's it. Now I can move on to the trellises. So I got this first one on that's like relatively undamaged. So I just got to reinforce that corner a little bit. Gonna take these bits off, and I think we might just check a couple of stainless screws through the corners, and maybe just see if it needs staples anywhere. And then just try and chuck it back on there. Going to be my like test piece, because the rest just need repairs, and I'm going to probably just go from there and work my way to the front, where it's going to be like the most visible. So that's my little workstation. So the unlikely team, Azito and DeWalt. Yeah, Azito just makes the only ones that make the staple gun. It's pretty decent. I mean, I'd get a DeWalt one if they made it, but they don't. Bloody heavy, man. It's pretty much the weight of a framing PAS load. So yeah, I would have just got a DeWalt just because of the weight, because the 18 gauge guns they've got are like way lighter than this. And then I got my Bosch down there with all my little bits and pieces. So it's kind of like my storage, and this is my work. So like, you see what comes out of it. Hopefully it'll come together okay. Okay, well, I got the trellises on. Haven't recorded much, just been so under the pump to try and get them on. There's that one that I had on before, that's still there. And I got these on. I just need to put the bolts on, just so I can lock. But other than that, it's just did a little like a step down, because the ground just sort of drops, but yeah, it's a little bit of a step just to get them kind of looking even. Once they're painted, I think it won't be so visible. I think just because these bottom borders are not painted, I think it's just visible. But yeah, so I think I might just take a quick smoko and put the bolts on, and I'm done with this job.